A number of years ago, I turned what was a bad situation that I was worried about into $3,000 plus. Now, it's not magic, but I'll tell you how I did it. I was in this program where the structure was that we had work responsibilities on top of our studies, and there was no time for any outside work to earn money. So all the students had sponsors, and I thought I had all my sponsors lined up before I even entered the program. But not everybody stayed faithful to their sponsorship, and few people, they didn't keep their promises. So anyway, I was at the point where I was ready to get kicked out, and I was only 3 or 4 months from the end of the term, and I really wanted to finish. And so obviously I was worried about it. And I spoke to one of my classmates about it, and he shared with me a really interesting idea. He said, well, why don't you just take everything, every time you're tempted to worry, and believe that that's God telling you it's time to pray. So I did that. I mean, it was amazing. And I can't tell you that I really thought anything was changing. I mean, I knew God was real, and I knew I was praying to a real God, but I didn't know what was happening in the spirit realm. I just knew that I was praying, and of course I prayed a lot because I'd been worrying a lot. So anyway, I continued that. Well, then my sponsorship report came through, and there was $2,000 on it and I was like, oh my gosh, it was from this guy I hadn't seen in a long time. And I knew that he knew about my program, but I never had asked him to make any commitments to me. Well, apparently he'd been making some money, and he decided to send me a little of it. So it turns out that didn't bring me all the way up to being able to finish, but then he consistently sent in a little bit each month to the end of the term, and I finished. I've had everything paid full. So that was a thrill to me. But again, it was God that did it. And I positioned my mind to believe and trust God, and then he came through. And I believe that's how it can work for anybody. So try it. He's a real God. You can trust him, and he'll come through for you.